Hey everybody, welcome back to DW's Chop Shop. We're working on our Sportster motor still, and what I think we're going to do today is we're going to put in these nice big old Andrews 560 cams. Now I've not even as much as stuck these in the holes yet, so we're going to see together whether we'll need to clearance anything or what. So let me show you how to figure that out. If you look on the back of these cams, right, there's numbers. So this is number 4. Here's this one. This is 3. This big one's always 2, which leaves this one to be number 1, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't put them in that order. You need to put them in 1, 4, 3, 2, but whatever, we'll get there. Now, the way we need to make sure that these clear is we need to make sure that they spin right? So I'm going to take the number 1. I'm not worrying about greasing things up just yet. And I'm going to stick it in. I'm going to spin it. And I'm going to get over here on the side. And I'm going to take a look, make sure that I have clearance, and I do on both sides, no problem. Right now, I could take this exact same one and bounce it, right? Because the lift and all that is the same, but just for fun, we'll stick the number 2 in the number 2 spot. And as you can see, this one's going to line up on our pinion. I believe we have clearance. Let me check going this way. Oh yeah, plenty of clearance on that one. All right, so let's stick our number 3 in. We'll take a look. Plenty of clearance on that one too. All right. And let's try our number 4. Ooh, I can feel that. But if you look, I can spin past it, so we're like close to being clearanced. Now, if you need to do a lot of work in here, what I want you to do is stuff little rag pieces in these holes, tape them off. You're going to pull your oil pump out, right? You're going to plug this oil hole, and then you can take a Dremel or whatever you need to, and then just go to town on these things and make your clearance, right? With this, like, I'm barely scraping right here, so I don't think I need to go that far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this rag and I will stuff just like this. That's covering this stuff up. And I just need to take a file and knock these edges down right here. That's it. Let me find a file. Okay, let's check that. That's all I needed to do. Now there's plenty of clearance there, right? Cool. Okay, now for what everyone seems to be scared of is we're going to set our timing. Now to do this, you're going to want to use your tech manual, right? I have this tech manual chunks printed off, and the place I get my tech manuals from is called Emanuals Online, and I'm going to give a little ad to them right here. All right, so like I said, you always need to have your tech manual with you. The easiest way to do that for me is I get my tech manuals from Emanualsonline.com. So you can click here, it brings you to their website. Today we're working on a 1992 Sportster. Click on a manual, or you can click search all and it's going to bring up a whole bunch of manuals. I know this one's good, I have it. So we'll click on it, we'll check this out. You can see preview, it's a good high quality tech manual, everything's clear, right? Cool. So then you add to cart, and once you can see right here, we own it. They'll email you, and these are some of my manuals. Here we're working with this Sportster. So let's go ahead and open that up and we'll see what it looks like. As you can see, this decent, real good, high quality information. Yeah, you can find whatever you need in here. It has all the good information. This is a legit service manual, 86 to 03, and you can find manuals for any of your motorcycles, any of your cars, any of your trucks, any of your boats, any of your home appliances on emanuals.com. And if you use the link and the discount code that is in the pinned comment and the descriptions, which is going to be DWSHOP, DWSHOP 2222, that's going to get you 22% off site wide. So you can seriously save some money there. So let me know if that's something you guys are interested in, but let's get back to putting this Sportster together. So if you haven't figured out, Emanuals does actually sponsor this channel now. If you check the pinned comment and also in the description, there's going to be a link. If you use that affiliate link and use the code that's written down in the comments and the code that's in the description, I can save you 22% off of these manuals. And you can see how good a quality they are. I really enjoy them. I use them for my cars, trucks, a bunch of motorcycles. You know, they're pretty good. Parts manuals. I mean, if you have a washing machine you need a manual for, they got it. Anyways, so we're also going to do our valve and tappets, but we want to start off down here. Gear case and timing gears, assemblies of following components, 4 cam gears, 1, 2, 3, 4, got them. There's a parts breakdown for 86 to 90. We're dealing with a 92 motor here, so I'll get rid of that page. Here's one for 92. Okay. Removal, we figured that one out. Inspection, by inspecting them, I put new ones in. Let's see. Clean the gear case compartment. I've done all that. This is as clean as this thing gets, right? I don't know what was done to this motor before I got to it, but it ain't real pretty. Make sure there's no shavings in there from that little bit of filing. All right. Clean the gear case. Check the pinion gear and cam gear bushings for grooves, covers, pitting. There's nothing in here that I can catch my fingernail on. Everything feels super smooth. Take a flashlight, I'll kind of shine in there. There's no grooves, there's no cuts. There's no crud. Makes me happy. All right. And then you do the same thing to the back of your cam cover. I'm working on polishing this one, so there is grooves and there's a bunch of shit in here still. So, yeah. Anyways. Okay, so those are in. Good. See, on 86 to 90 models, don't care. Cam gear identification. So A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Just like we went over. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, right? Okay, here we go. Installation. Apply engine oil to the pinion shaft, oil pump, drive gear, and pinion shaft gear. All right, so instead of engine oil, because this might sit for a little while, I'm going to use assembly lube. Same difference, but this stuff will stay in place quite a bit longer. Going to lube everything real good. You can't over lube any of this stuff. So the tech manual goes into telling you how to change this stuff out. If you look into my previous video on the oil pump, I explain how to get this stuff on and off. We're going to skip down to step 11. Align the cam gear timing marks as shown in figure 68. So where's figure 68? Here is figure 68. So I want to make all this crap look like this, right? Okay. So to do that, we're going to take, let's see, we need to find right here is a timing mark at 12 o'clock on this. There we go. You can see it 12 o'clock there. This shows us off just a tad at, I don't know, 11. Okay, we'll get to that point. But we take this one and it's got us sitting in there at maybe 2:30. Okay. And then cam 3 got us sitting in there about like so. And cam 4, of course, lines up with cam 3. You see how I'm kind of walking it in? Because with these lobes, I can't just push it right in, right? So there we go, that lines up. So where's our other mark? Our other mark is right here. Okay. Now we'll take this one, move our pinion gear to about 11. So we have 3 dots on this gear. 1, 2. Where's our third? Oh, 3 right here. Okay. So we will line the middle dot up with the pinion gear. Oops, jumped it. Okay. Now, see, we got this one lined up, but you see right here we're about a tooth off, and right here we're maybe 2 teeth off. So we'll pull this one. And this is easier to do when you have a piston in place, because that will hold your pinion in place. Alright, so there we go. It always takes some finagling, but we're aligned here, we're aligned here, we're aligned here, we're aligned here. Cams are in, right? Now, next thing you're going to do, we're just going to take lube. We're going to put it in all these gears back here, on here, back in here, right? And get everything. No gear will go unlubed. And then I'll rotate the engine over a couple times. See, now I got dry spots. Get everything lubed up some more. Okay. Now we'll run it over a few times. There's some more dry spots. And there we go. And we're back at our alignment spot. I mean, if you want to get crazy with the alignment, you can take something. You know, you could look here. All right, that's lined up. That's in a straight line. That's in a straight line. And then those two are right on top of each other. That's it. So now let's go ahead and put our tappets in place. The tappets go in up here and they ride on the cylinders. Or I'm sorry, they ride on the camshafts. And that's what pushes our push rods up. Make sure all this is clean. Should be. Yeah, it is. All right. So when I took these off, I put my tappets in a bucket of oil. So they will just be ready to go back on. And these are real easy to put in, right? You have these two little triangle covers here, and you have your push rod seal holders on top. I'm getting new ones, new hardware. That's all in the mail. So we can pull this stuff off, right? And dig through here, find my tappets. All right, so now we'll look at tappets, right? Installation. Rotate the engine counterclockwise so the cam lobes for the tappets being installed are positioned with the base lobes facing up. So if you looked at these lobes, you remember they're shaped like an egg, right? So the base is the bottom of the egg, so the fat side. So if you look at the side here, I can see right here on this one, we are at the base. So what's next? Soak each tappet in clean engine oil. We did that. Make sure the roller bearing noodles are well lubricated. We did that. And I'm going to put some old assembly lube on there. I'm going to take this and just set it right there. That's just kind of keeping the engine from popping back up. So this is pretty simple. We'll pull these pins out right here, right? And you take your tappet, and it should sit with the bearing this way. So side to side play is okay. It's any like, can you twist it? No. Is there any outie? No. And dip it in the assembly lube. Down the hole she goes. Oops. In goes the pin. Now we'll turn the motor over. Now this one is on the base. Okay, so we checked these when we took them out, but side to side movement is fine. It's clean. There's no uppy downy. Dip it in the grease. I don't think it matters on these, but I put all the oil holes facing me. Tappet goes in. If the pin doesn't go in, then your tappet's not seated. There we go. So you see how I just kind of moved the engine over and kept pressure on that pin? Once we hit the right spot, that tappet went right in. All right. So let's move back to this side. This one's a little bit harder to see. I think our 2 o'clock's on its bit. Our number 2 cam is on the base. So we'll take this again. Side to side is fine. No any outie, no up and down. It moves fine. These are coated in motor oil, like just, you see my fingers. That's the reason I'm not spreading assembly lube all over. And plus, when I slip it down the hole, this stuff goes all over. So we'll put the oil hole towards us. Oh, pull the pin. Put the oil hole towards us, give her a push. Put the pin back in. Pretty easy. Now, I cannot see this last one at all. So we're going to do it by feel, right? So I'll pull the pin out. We have our tappet. Side to side is fine. Roll's fine. No any outie. It will glob of assembly lube. Look right at the oil hole. Drop it in the hole. This pin might go in, it might not, I'm not sure where we're at. And went right in. That's it, our tappets are in place. And now if we look up top, you can see them moving just up and down ever so slightly. So after this, you know, our push rods go on, our cylinders go on, all that fun crap. And we will be doing that, but first, you know, I'm waiting on these bases and the push rod tubes to get here. They're in the mail. And then we'll put the whole top end together. I'm gonna go finish polishing up that chopped cover, and then that's what's gonna go on here. You put the cover on super easy. If you look at this, there's a bunch of grinding dust in here, so I'm not putting this one on, but you just line it up, pop it in place. All these bushings, you check them out the same as anything else. Put some assembly lube on them, put lube on the ends of these, shove it on there, bolt it in, good to go. And you know, you'll probably get to see me put that cover on, well, eventually. It's going back together pretty quick. So check out Emanuals.com for your manual needs, and like I said, check the pin links in the descriptions. I can save you, I think, 22% on if you use my affiliate link and use the code listed. I appreciate it, you guys.